Hello again. We are moving on in our talk about propositions, and we're going to talk about compound propositions and what that means. So this is lesson 5.9. Let's get started. We've got some definitions. What is a compound proposition? It's basically two or more propositions using words like and or to connect them. If you're using the word and, that's called a conjunction, and we write it as using that little up arrow for P and Q. And a disjunction is when you're using or, and you use that down arrow between P and Q, and we read it as P or Q. And then if you wanted an exclusive disjunction, which meant you were using either or, meaning you can't have both P and Q occurring like you could in just a regular or, you would use that either or exclusive or symbol with it, which is like the down arrow, which is kind of underlined there. So that's what that symbol means. All right, so let's talk about conjunctions and what the truth table would look like for that. And we'll get into what truth tables actually are. So we're going to let proposition P mean I am tired. Proposition Q is going to be I am hungry. And so P and Q is going to mean I am tired and I am hungry, or just I am tired and hungry. So it's only going to be true when P and Q are both true. Let's look at a truth table. So what I do is I set up some columns just to kind of work through whether the statement is going to be true or false. So if P is true and Q is true, that means that I am tired and I am hungry. So that means the statement I am tired and hungry is also true. If P is true and Q is false, that means I am tired, but I am not hungry. So that means that the statement I am tired and hungry is false. And if P is false and Q is true, that means that I am not tired, but I am hungry. But that still means that the statement I am tired and hungry is false. And obviously, if they are both false, then I am not tired and I am not hungry, which means that the statement I am tired and hungry is false. So that's how that works. It's really, you only get a true statement if both of the original propositions are true. Otherwise, you just get a false statement. So just kind of a summary there. And the truth set for P and Q is going to be the intersection of set P and set Q, so where they overlap. Let's talk about disjunctions. This is where you use or. You can have cake and you can have pie. That's my P and Q this time. P or Q will be you can have cake or pie. Now notice that you can have both if you want. So P or Q is true if P or Q is true or both of them are true. Okay, so if it's true that you can have cake and it's true that you can have pie, then it is true that you can have cake or pie. If it's true that you can have cake, but it's not true that you can have pie, then it's still true that you can have cake or pie because you just can only have one of them. Same if they're switched. If you can't have cake, but you can have pie, it's still true to say that you can have cake or pie. You can just have pie. The only time this is false is when they are both false. So if you can't have cake and you can't have pie, then the statement you can have cake or pie is not true. It's going to be false in that situation alone. So kind of the opposite of what happens with the conjunctions. Okay? And there's the truth set for P or Q. It's the union of P and Q. Now let's talk about exclusive disjunctions. I can pay with cash. I can pay with a credit card. So that's my P and Q. And we will say that this statement, P exclusive or Q, is I can either pay with cash or a credit card, but not both. So whatever that business is that doesn't allow you to split the payment, that's what we're dealing with. So this is going to be true if either P or Q is true, but not if they're both true. Okay, so let's set up my truth table. If I can pay with cash is true and I can pay with credit card is true, the fact that I can pay with cash or credit card, that is false, okay, because I'm trying to pay with both. All right, now if I am paying with cash, and I'm not paying with a credit card, then the fact that I'm either paying with cash or a credit card is true. And when I switch that, if I'm not paying with cash and I am paying with a credit card, then the fact that I'm either paying with cash or a credit card, that's true. But then again, when they're both false, meaning I am not paying with cash and I'm not paying with a credit card, then I'm not paying with either or of those. I can't pay with either. So that's what that truth table looks like. So those are the three basic ones. So we're going to learn a little bit more. We're going to use these in combination and see what the truth tables look like when things get more complicated. But we'll do that in the next lesson. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you tomorrow.